Hello and welcome. I hope you're having a great day or evening, and it might even get better because today we are playing Dragon Chronicles Black Tears. Not deck building but tactical turn-based RPG, similar to Darkest Dungeon. Why? Because we have a different set of heroes we need to upgrade. We have a form of stress level called contamination we need to reduce in the tavern, so it's similar to the Darkest Dungeon stress level. We have the possibility to upgrade our buildings to have, for example, facility cost reduced, and we have artifacts, we have potions and so on, as well as spells we could use and unlock right here to use them during our expeditions, which we'll just do one real quick, or hopefully real quick, because now we are here in the overall world map. Right now we have level 4 dungeons or expeditions, which are quite difficult, so I will just go to the exterminations, meaning areas we already cleared. So I will just pick the level 3 corrupted temple. Here we have region effects, which are important, but not before we start the first combat. First up, we need to pick a team of 4. So as you can see, a yellow combination bar or symbol, I don't know what to call it, lights up whenever I go over a specific hero, meaning these two, Alphonse and Lilith, work well together. I will just pick these two, not only because they work well together, but because she has a nice cleavage. Because they work well together. Then I will pick a tank, because here we have 2 damage dealers, Alphonse and Lilith. Difficult to pronounce, for me at least. Lilith, and here we have a tank, and then we just need a healer. Which should we pick? Ranafra. Yeah, let's just pick her. Anyway, let's go with level 3 dungeon, start and move to the location. Right here we have the map, so we can choose a different path. Not many different paths to choose, but the first one is a combat, and now we will start this combat. As you can see, every character is placed on a card, quite beautifully designed, I have to admit. And here we have a timer going down. So Alphonse timer hit 0 first. Now we can pick one of his 3 abilities, or we can skip his turn and he will be attacking with a 50, or he will be never mind. Let's just start off with this ability. Vampiric Mark. Deal 25% damage to all enemies and deal 120% lifesteal bleed damage over 6 seconds. That's important because we will combine that with Lilith's ability, since she will use, I just now clicked on her, Consume in the Dark. Deal 145% damage to all enemies. If the target is bleeding, we deal another 50% damage. So then here we have our healer Ranafra with an attack, a healing ability, and another attack, deal 80%, and reduce the contamination level of all allies by 3. So right now, Exalion, am I pronouncing it correctly? Yes, Exalion has contamination level of 26 out of 100. We don't want this to grow. Definitely don't want that. Now he has 23. These 2 enemies right here, Teuton Casters, they have an attack dealing 100% damage, meaning 91, and deal 350% damage to an enemy and increase their contamination level by 30, which is a lot. I mean, I'm not good at math, but 91 damage times 3.5, that's a lot. Anyway, here we have the tank. With a Divine Shield, he will taunt for 6 seconds and increase his defensive abilities by 50%. meaning now he has 58 death. And here we have Lilith, and one of her 4 abilities is lighting up, right? This one, meaning now we can combine the bleeding from Alphonse with her ability. Here we go, quite a lot of damage on these 2 targets. Now they will both use this cast, so we need to either kill them first or interrupt them to avoid a lot of damage. I will use Alphonse AoE attack, his second AoE attack, and then these 2 will perform their actions first. So what can we do? Of course we can kill the right one first, and with Excellion we have a different ability. Judgment Smite, deal 150% charging damage. It means the more death he has, the more damage it will be, as well as a stun for 1 second. Now this enemy is stunned, cancel cast, so she won't attack with her huge damage output. So that's basically the first battle done. Now we will loot, get all right here, and here we have our inventory. The more slots we have, the more we can take, of course, with us. Now the next one is an unknown. You find a hammer that seems to have been left untouched for well over a century. Next to it, a parent that is begging to be slammed. Begging to be slammed, I mean, talking about... Anyway, now it's hammer time. 50% chance, acquire imprint stone. All heroes' contamination level increases by 10 on failure. Imprint stones are important, so I will just try it. And it worked. This is an imprint stone. At the start of battle, increase recovery amount by 60%. I will talk about imprint stones maybe at the end of the dungeon, but first up we will go and pick gemstones, meaning our gold right here. Acquire 1 enough gemstones. 10,000 gold, and we have to increase contamination level by 15, which is a nice trade-off, I think. Next up is another battle, so let's go in, and in this battle we will try on the spells we have unlocked right here. So what could we do? We have Alphonse. He should use his AoE attack, but before that we might even reduce the defensive abilities of this one right here. I mean, he has 15, not that much, so this is not worth it, I think. But what is worth it is reduce contamination level of an ally by 10. Let's do that on Excellion, just to reduce it a little bit. Then we have Alphonse. Come on, do your bleeding. Next up, they will attack. So what will they do? They hit Excellion and stun him. Hit him again, and as we can see, his contamination level increased as well. Every time an enemy attacks, as well as when this bar is filled up, meaning 7.1 seconds need to go down or need to clock out, that 10 to 15 damage of contamination will be dealt to our group. So we always want to finish a fight before this one runs down too often. Now this right here has a taunt. We can only attack him, but we can stun him, which should stop nothing. No, nothing happens. Anyway, I was mistaken. Now here we have the AoE attack, Alphonse. He should be dying from the bleeding. Perfect. And what can we do? We attack him and try to finish him off before this bar is filled. Now, we can either deal this damage or this. No, let's do more damage. And done. Victory. Another fight, another victory. So, we are getting close to the final battle. First up, we have here a sarcophagus. Acquire imprint stone. Selected hero loses 25% health on failure. So which one should lose health? I think Alphonse, because he has the ability to regain health, but nothing to worry about because there was no failure. We got the imprint stone. Here we have a merchant. Here we have a specific and an exclusive imprint stone for this character, which I will just buy and activate later. Then I will just skip to the final battle. So now we reached the last battle, the end boss of this expedition. So they are twins, Morgan and Jack Spencer. Yeah, typically fantasy name, definitely Jack Spencer. Yeah, sounds about right. Anyway, they are linked. They are bound. Yeah. So whenever we deal 1 damage to her, we do the same amount of damage to him, which is in this case for Alphonse. Useless to know because he does an AoE attack. Anyway, so when hit, double the number of destruction crests on the attack target. So right here we have destruction crests. Jesus, what a difficult word to pronounce, for me at least. Anyway, if we hit her, when hit, remove 1 destruction crest from the enemy. So we will do that. Like, gee, man, what a misclick. Now, you saw I doubled the destruction crests because for some reason she attacked Jack Spencer. First up, let's use a taunt on Exelion. Now she will cast Death Spell on Exelion in 1.8 seconds, meaning deal 40% to all enemies and activate Destruction Crest. Okay, all enemies, but whenever the Destruction Crest is activated, she will deal 50% damage, which is a lot. So, what can we do? We could stun her and stop this cast. She is Stunning Moon. That is not good. Where do we have it? Here, stun resist 100%. Okay, we can't stop this from happening, but what we could do is... what could we do? Definitely. We could use a barrier on Lilith. Or on our healer, because she has 4 crests. She has only 2. So she will deal far more damage than Lilith. So here we have this spell. All the crests are being destroyed. 156 damage right here. That's a lot. And now what does he do? He dealt 50% damage to all and applied 2 crests. Now I want to heal. Who do I want to heal? I think I want to heal Lilith, because she doesn't have any chance to regain health, but what she does is she deals damage and Alphonse heals with his own skills. So, since they have bleeding, this effect again is worth while using. So, and Alphonse, these 2 are on cooldown, so either we deal normal damage or normal hit, or we could use standby and reduce his energy by 50%. So he will start the next round with 50% energy already loaded, but since I want to regain some health, I will just hit Morgan with a normal damaging spell. While I explained the skills of the characters quite well, I think, let me know in the comments if not, what I didn't explain yet is the armor we have here, or the items we have here. So first up, we have a weapon, triggers on attack. So every time we attack, regardless of with what skill, Jesus, this will activate 10% piercing damage. So I light up. We dealt 10% damage off Alphonse. Then we have here Paladin's Helm. Triggers every 5 hits. Every time we are hit, this counter goes up. Reduce contamination level of all allies by 2. So right now, this one is at 60. Which is high, but not too worrisome, especially because when it is growing, we have here the black tears. Oh, I did not watch what happened to Alphonse. Now he is dead, or now he's in a near-death state. Near-death just means that when this runs out, it will drop every second. He will be dead for good, and we have to revive him in the village. But if we finish the fight first, which I intend to do, he will be revived as well. So what can I do? I could use a healing spell, but I want to finish them off quicker. So I could just deal some damage. And I got an achievement. Cast spells 100 times. Nice. Then let's just try and finish them off quickly. Since my characters currently don't have any crests, now they have 2. And she will have to cast for 2 seconds. I'm not too worrisome about their damage, so I will just try and finish them off quickly. So, here we go. This should do it. And now we have finished the fight. Alphonse is happy and healthy again. I mean, he has 1 health left, but the expedition is done. So we will just leave and go to the village. And now here we have, as you might have guessed, the village, and we could use this imprint stone we just found on the character Javanna, which just means we could place this spell right here, change it, and then Javanna would have a different spell right here. So that's basically it. I mean, the video is long enough as it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a great day or evening. Let me know in the comments.